Hey guys, today we will be talking about breathing gymnastics. I think I've hinted in the past that I have a pretty conservative approach when it comes to thoracic stretching, or what's called lung stretching. I'm really not a big fan of doing packing stretching or reverse packing stretching, where you like suck your stomach in and you suck all the outer lungs and suck everything and move everything around. I'm just not a big fan of that. I believe it's far too intense and it doesn't really replicate or simulate the pressure of the ocean anyway. It's pretty unanimous that doing dynamic stretching is far superior to doing static stretching, by which I mean using movement to stretch is much better than just like doing a stretch and holding it. So the breathing stretching that we're going to be doing today, the breathing gymnastics, is dynamic breathing stretching. This, by the way, was not developed by me. This is a Molchanov's thing. So for starters, let me get a little bit more naked. Okay, so the first exercise is very simple. All we're going to do is take a deep inhale in as we lift our arms up above us, just like this. And then once we got them up above us, we're going to relax our shoulders and spend some time with the full breath in our lungs, disengaging the muscles in our chest, our abdomen, and our back as well. So just like this, breathing in through the nose. Now, you can decide on how intense you want the breath to be. It can be a full stomach and chest breath, or it can be something a little bit more moderate. So we do that 5 times. The next exercise is when we start to incorporate motion. So we're going to start swinging the arms around on a full breath. So we're going to inhale, taking a full breath, and then hold it. And you're going to swing the arms around 5 times. Now, as we're doing this, we want to be moving the chest and the spine as far forward as we can while the arms are out back, and then concaving the spine and the chest as much as we can while the arms are out the front, just like this. Five times, have a break. 5 times, have a break. 5 times, have a break. So effectively, we're doing the circles 5 times, and we're doing that exercise 5 times. The next exercise is quite similar, except we're going front and back. So the arms will start in front, and we're going to go back. And when we're at the back, we're going to go pump 2 times, and then wrap them around. So I'll show you from this angle as well. Now, when you're doing this, you will have to, like as we go forward, we move the chest, and you will have to push the hips and the bum back, because if you don't, you won't get a lot of motion, or you won't get a big range of movement. I'm going to move away from this wall. So as we're going back, you need to push the bum back as the arms go back, the chest goes forward, and then the hips can return to neutral as we concave. So, full breath. Five times. Now, you want to keep your arms at shoulder height when you're doing that exercise. All right, now we're going to do the arm rotations, but back the other way. So we're going to inhale, relax the shoulders, and then we're going forward, concaving the chest as we do, and then opening the chest up. 5 times. Next, the arms go up above the head. Relax the shoulders, relax the chest, and we're going to go back and forward, back and forward. And as we go back, the bum and the hips go back as well. And as we go forward, we go to neutral, and the chest and the spine concave. It's a good one to get monitoring as well. Okay, so that's what we're doing. That's all we're doing for our full lung breath holding dynamic stretches in these breathing gymnastics. The next one we're going to do is on a passive exhale. So we're going to take in a breath, do a passive exhale, not a forced exhale, and then we're going to start pulling the rib cage outward, which will pull the stomach and the diaphragm in and slightly up. The intention is not to suck the stomach in or to pull the diaphragm up. The intention is to splay out the rib cage, which will inevitably pull everything in. Next, we're going to do a passive exhale, and we're very simply going to massage the area just under the rib cage. Very gentle, and as we're doing it, we want to make sure the stomach and the abdominals are very disengaged and relaxed, and the chest and the muscles in the intercostals are just disengaged and relaxed. Try not to really push. I mean, I think what I'm really trying to get at with all these exhale exercises is that there isn't much to gain by going to the extreme. So I really want to make this about developing flexibility over time in a gentle way with a slow progression, as opposed to going there and just ripping your muscles apart. This is a much more effective method. And finally, the last thing we're going to do is a stomach vacuum. So we're going to do a passive exhale and then suck the stomach in and pull the diaphragm up. Now, if you can't do a stomach vacuum, what you can do is simply exhale and then lift up the chest and create that expand everything in that way, and that's going to naturally pull the diaphragm up. Passive exhale. And hold for as long as you're comfortable, and then just breathe. It is important to move around with this one. Keep in mind that the diaphragm is an internal muscle, one that we don't have a lot of awareness of, and so I really want to discourage aggressive stretching of this muscle. And there you go, that is the breathing gymnastics. So you can do that before dive sessions, you can do that after dive sessions, you can do that just whenever you have some spare time and you want to keep working on your flexibility. Over time, this will allow you to take in deeper breaths and in general develop more and more control of your breathing and your thoracic area in general. Developing flexibility of the spine and the thoracic cavity, especially with the exercises where we're moving around a lot, is super important for going deeper. It's super important for feeling comfortable with contractions as well. You will notice that if you do a round of breathing gymnastics before you do a pull session, that instantly your contractions don't feel as bad because you've warmed the muscles up, they're a little bit more flexible, and so things are moving a little bit more freely. So that is the entry level of breathing gymnastics. There are more advanced levels in which we will talk about packing, stretching, and reverse packing, and I'll make that video as soon as possible.